Hello, this is a short tutorial on how to include images when creating stamp album pages using AlbumEasy. Images are primarily used to place images of stamps in the stamp boxes, but they may also be used to decorate or add interest to a page. This tutorial will cover both cases. For this video, I am assuming that you have a basic familiarity with AlbumEasy. If not, I recommend that you first watch the AlbumEasy introductory video. A link can be found in the notes below. In this tutorial, I'm going to create two different pages. The first contains a coat of arms and two stamp boxes with images. The second contains a flag to the left with text to the right and some empty stamp boxes below. I'm going to first use the wizard to create a new album. I'm going to create this new album in my tutorials folder, which already contains the images I'm going to be using in these examples. For the first example, I'm simply going to call it Tutorial 1. I'm not going to include a title, nor sample stamp boxes or text, and leaving defaults for everything else. Finish. If I generate and then view best fit, this is what I'm starting out with. A blank page with a triple border. Looking again at the example that I'm trying to recreate, the first thing required is the Union of South Africa heading with a coat of arms underneath it. I'm going to use the page text center command to add the heading. After my page start, page _text center. Notice the spelling of center. AlbumEasy accepts both international and US spelling. I could spell it TRE or TER. Page text center times Roman bold 22 points \n union \n of \n South Africa oops, left out the quotes, and 20.0. Note that I have included a few \n's to insert new lines and an optional vertical spacing parameter of 20 mm to increase the amount of blank space after the text. Now I need to add the coat of arms image. This is a public domain image that I downloaded from Wikipedia. Note the transparent background indicated by the checkerboard pattern. Transparent backgrounds are preferable, especially when printing on colored papers such as cream, etc. AlbumEasy only provides one way of placing images on a page, that is as a stamp. This applies to all images on the page and is what I will use for these examples. To add a stamp, I first need to start a new row of stamps using one of the row start commands. Row _start _fs hn Helveticus 6 point 0.1 mm frame 6 mm spacing between the stamps in the row. In this particular case, the parameters aren't important as we are only placing one stamp with no text under it. Next, I need to add a stamp box using one of the stamp add commands. These are listed in help. Index stamp _add and we see stamp add image. Stamp add image adds a stamp box containing an image. This command takes a width and a height and the name of an image and 3 text items that will be placed under the stamp box, left, center and right, and an optional no frame parameter. I'm going to use this command to add the coat of arms image to the page as a stamp. Stamp underscore add underscore img. I'm going to make stamp box 80 by 80 millimeters, followed by the name of the image, which in this case is coa.png. Note the image name needs to be in quotes. And even though I'm not placing any text underneath the stamp box, I still need to include the blank text fields. 1, 2, 3 of them. Generate, save, view. Here is the page with one large stamp. Of course, I will still need to remove the frame. To do so, I use the optional no frame parameter. No underscore frame, generate, and view. That looks better. Looking at our example again, I still need to add these 2 stamps. The images are called sasg1.png and sasg2.png. Here they are. sasg1 and sasg2. I probably should have chosen images that don't look quite so similar. To space these away from the coat of arms, I'm first going to add a page underscore text underscore center with blank text and 10 millimeters of additional spacing. I can now start my row of stamps. To save typing, I'll copy and paste the existing row of command from here. So highlight it, right click, copy, right click, paste. Stamp underscore add underscore image. These stamps are 33 by 38 millimeters in size. The first image is called sa_sg1.png, and there are 3 fields under text fields under the stamp. I'm going to include the label and in the middle field SG1. To add the second stamp, rather than type from scratch, I'm going to move my cursor onto this command and press Ctrl D to duplicate the line of text. The second image is called sa_sg2.png, and I'm going to put a label of sg2 underneath. Generate. Yes. And here is our page almost complete. One final thing though, I prefer to have images that are smaller than the actual stamps. Note how the images almost completely fill the stamp boxes here. That way not only are the images less distracting, but they will be completely covered when the actual stamps are added to the album. The size of all stamp images can be adjusted with a single command. The album stamp image setting command. Let's go to help. Album underscore, there we have it, image setting command requires 3 parameters: horizontal and vertical parameters. Specify the horizontal and vertical space left between the stamp box and an image, and the stretch parameter accepts a value of true or false. This command only affects succeeding images, so as not to change the size of the coat of arms image. I make sure to place it after that. There's our coat of arms image, so I can place it here. Album underscore stamp underscore img setting. I'm going to choose a value of 10 for both the horizontal and vertical spacing. False. Generate. Save first. View. Notice how the space between the frame and the image has increased. Box size stayed the same while the size of the image has actually been reduced. This completes our first example. For the second example, I'm going to reproduce this page. Once again, I'm going to use the wizard to create the album, calling it Tutorial 2 this time. Again, I'm not going to include a title, sample text, or stamp boxes. And for no other reason than to be different, I'm going to choose a double line border with equal left and right margins. 15, 15. Next, finished, generate, view. Paste fit. I'm starting out with a blank page with a double border. Back to the example. To start with, I need to add an image at the left and some text to the right. The first thing I need to do is to figure out how to put things on the page side by side. There are a few ways that this can be accomplished in AlbumEasy, but probably the easiest way is to use the column commands. These split the page into 2 vertical columns, with each column behaving like an independent page. Start the first column with the page underscore column underscore start command. From this point, all output will be restricted to the left half of the page. Page underscore column underscore next starts the right hand column. From this point, all output will be placed on the right hand half of the page. Page underscore column underscore stop terminates column mode. After this, all output will be back to normal. I am now going to place the image of the flag in the left hand column. Between the page column start and page column next. As we did in the previous example, I start a row of stamps with row underscore start, fixed spacing, Helvetica 6.0.1 millimeter border, 6.0 millimeter spacing between stamps. The image is called flag underscore Canada.png. To add it as a stamp underscore add underscore img. I'm going to make it the image 64 by 32 millimeters, 64 wide, 32 millimeters tall. flag underscore Canada .png. Note the image name in quotes. 3 empty text fields underneath. And the optional no frame parameter to place the stamp without a frame box. Generate, view. Image is centered in the left half of the page, albeit a little close to the top margin, but that will soon be fixed. Now to add the text in the right hand column. First, Canada using the Times Roman bold font, page, text, center, .26 points, Canada, save typing, double click on page text center to highlight, right click to copy, and right click to paste. Helvetica, 12 points, cent, tennial, \n to insert a new line, definitive series. I'm going to press Ctrl D to duplicate the line, once again to save typing. Next line of text is 14 points, 1967 to 1973. Generate and view. Here's the flag on the left. Title and text centered on the right. It's centered in the right hand column. Let's zoom in a bit. Now to adjust the spacing. I'm going to add a blank line of text before the flag and the title to space them both down from the top. First, moving the flag down. Page underscore text underscore center, vertical 1 point font, empty text 10.0 millimeter, optional vertical spacing parameter to add 10 millimeters of blank space. I'm going to do the same to the block of text on the right. Rather than type the page text center again, I'm going to highlight it, right click, highlight it, right click and select copy. Right click and select paste before the block of text. Keep on moving the mouse. Paste. However, I'm going to use 6 millimeters at this point so as to have the top of the word Canada slightly above the flag, as I think that this will look more balanced. Generate and view. I think that looks better. See the Canada slightly above the flag, but I'm not completely happy with the spacing over here. I'm going to adjust it by using the optional vertical spacing parameters to set space after Canada and space after definitive series. So 6 millimeters there, and add 6 millimeters of space there as well. 0.0, 6.0. Generate I think that looks better. Now to add the empty stamp boxes. Start a row of stamps. Let's copy that line there. Control C is also used for copy, and Control V to paste. This time I'm going to make Helvetica 8-point text, and I want to place a space of 8mm between my stamp boxes. Note, I have placed this command after the page column stop command so that all output will span the page as normal. I can now add a row of stamps. Stamp underscore add. I get my stamp boxes are 30 by 25mm. No text inside the box, no text underneath at the left. I'm going to add some text underneath in the middle. 1 cent \n for a new line, brown, and no text underneath the stamp to the right. I need 3 stamps, so instead of typing that 3 times, I can simply make sure my cursors are on the line and press Ctrl D twice to duplicate the line twice. I can change the values here to 2 cents, 3 cents. I'm going to make this one green and this one purple. And we can generate and view. Almost there. However, the stamps are a little close to the text and flag above. So I'm going to insert a blank line of text as a 10mm space before the row of stamps. And simply copy this one here. Control C to copy and Control V to paste. Generate and view. And there we have our finished page. On a final note, images do not have to be in the same folder as the album file. For example, I'm going to create a folder and call it Images. I could call it anything I like, but in this case I'm calling it Images. And now I'm going to move the flag underscore Canada PNG file to this folder. If I now try and generate, I get the following error message. Error in line 36. The file flag underscore Canada PNG was not found. However, if I instead also include the path to the folder name, it will be found. In this case, the name of the folder is Images, and a backslash or a forward slash as a path separator. Generate, save yes, no more error, and view. And once again the image is found and the album is created successfully. Thanks for watching. I hope that you found this video helpful. I'm hoping to add additional AlbumEasy tutorials in the future, so please subscribe to my channel if you would like to be notified of these. Also, I will be adding the example files for this video to the download section of the website, www.thestampweb.com. Please see the link in the description below.